Hi guys, TotallyDubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review on the Libratone Track Air Plus. Now these are true wireless earbuds with active noise cancellation. For those who might be aware, the Sony WF-1000XM3s are also another set of a true wireless with active noise cancellation. Now in this review I'll be comparing it to its competitors such as the Sony's or the creative Outlier Air, the Sennheiser True Wireless, or even just alluding to the massive case that you get with the Powerbeats Pro. Now these earphones can be found for £179, link will be down in the description below. Including in the description, what you'll find is a link to all its competitors and why you might want to consider them versus the Libratone Track Air Plus. Now Libratone also sell the normal Track Air. The normal Track Airs don't have aptX support like the Track Air Plus, don't have active noise cancellation, however are cheaper at £139 and also have a slightly longer battery life where they will last for around 32 hours in total, whilst these will last for 24 hours in total. So worth bearing in mind. Now in terms of the earphones, let's first talk about the case. Now the case is extremely lightweight and portable, and something I absolutely love about these earphones. The whole design methodology, to me, when it comes to true wireless earbuds, are things that you can really pocket and take on the go. And the Libratone Track Air Plus pretty much encapsulate what you want from that. If you compare it to some of its competitors, specifically like the Powerbeats Pro, which is absolutely ridiculous, you look at the size of the case and in terms of portability, even in terms of weight, it's a night and day difference. Even in comparison to Sony's, these are not as pocketable or as easy to take as the Libratones. The creatives are a bit more similar and a little bit more pocketable, but yet again, the Libratone take it another step further. The case is also quite handy because not only does it support wireless charging, you have a QI certified wireless charging, so in other words you can put it on the coil, which is something that Libratone sell, or any QI certified charging pad, and therefore you can wirelessly charge these. Of course, if you don't want a wireless charger, you can connect it via USB Type-C and charge it a little bit faster. So worth bearing in mind. Now in terms of battery life, expect around 6 hours of playback time from the earbuds themselves, whilst the case provides an additional 3 charges, therefore going up to 24 hours of total playback. That's perfectly acceptable given its competitors, and that's specifically with ANC enabled, which is something that it's worth bearing in mind. Now in terms of the earphones themselves, they're a little bit hard to sometimes get out of the case, but nevertheless, once you do get them out, I must say the build quality and the design of the earphones is something spectacular. To me, these are kind of the definition of true wireless earbuds. They are very lightweight at 5.6 grams each, so in other words 11 grams total, and their design is super sleek, which means that they don't attract wind noise if you're going on a cycle or you're running in a windy environment, and also they stay in very securely. Just to put it in comparison, let's say the creative Outlier Air, which among my favorites true wireless earbuds, don't look as sleek. Even the Sony's, which are arguably its closest competitors, don't look as sleek. And then the Powerbeats Pro, even though they hook over the ear, look at the size of them. So in terms of true wireless earbuds, to me, these are what really redefine and define, shall I say, what true wireless earbuds should look like. And it's not only in terms of the look, it's in terms of the feel as well. They feel completely lightweight. And the design actually reminds me of one of my favorite wired earphones, the Audio or the Phonak Audio PFE232s. If you don't know them, I'll link it down in the description below to a review. They were discontinued now. £400 dual balanced armature driver earphones, which among audiophiles were among the favorite that one could actually buy. So when it comes to actual design and feel, the Libratone's Track Air Plus to me do an absolutely exquisite job. Now these are available in 2 colors. The Track Air I think are available in 3 colors, so do bear that in mind if black or silver isn't quite your style, but there are different options out there. The earphones come with different tips, so obviously you can get the right fit. For me, medium silicone tips were perfectly fine. Now in terms of the earphones themselves, in terms of how they operate, they've got touch-based controls. Now the touch-based controls, in my opinion, were one of its downfalls. It wasn't that responsive in comparison to, for example, the Sony's or the Sennheiser True Momentum. They're just not as capable. Now in this case, what I found is the Libratone Track Air Plus do respond, but you just have to tap a little bit hard, and specifically tap towards the end of this plastic stem. So worth bearing in mind that if you do like controls on the go, you might be a little bit annoyed at sometimes these don't respond as well as some of its competitors. They are nowhere near as bad as the Creative Outlier Air, which really require a kind of press, but you know, that said, these are £75 earphones, so you know, we're talking about a massive difference in terms of the price that you actually get. Now, in terms of the earphones connectivity, they connect pretty seamlessly, I would say, to the app. What I'm just going to do, just to ensure that it absolutely does work and that on video it doesn't become bad, I'm going to enable Bluetooth on my phone and then take them out of the case, and usually they pretty much instantaneously connect, and they've already connected. There we go. Now the reason I want to show you this is because I want to show you the app itself. Now the app itself on Libratone's app is pretty comprehensive, but also quite simple as well. So now the earphones, you can see they detect motion, so the motion itself is quite cool, and they're pretty smart. So I'm just gonna put them in my ear and just talk. So you can see there's noise cancellation mode. Now here you can tune the noise cancellation mode to your liking, and also have a quick button for that. Going from there, you've got these kind of smart noise cancelling, which basically detects what you're doing, and then you've got ambient monitoring, which basically listens to your outdoor environment. It doesn't amplify, none of these earphones do. It doesn't amplify, but apparently Libratone are going to be working on that in order to bring it out in the future. Now going into the settings, I must say the EQ, out of every manufacturer I've come across, finally we've got an actual proper EQ. The extra bass does actually add some bass, add some warmthness to it. As you can see, I've actually even got it selected for my type of music. Enhanced treble really does bring out the treble whilst not being overly sibilant and affecting the rest of the frequency range. Whilst a neutral is, you know, as the name would suggest, a more neutral sound signature, which I found a little more boring versus the extra bass function. But anyway, that's for you to choose. The Wear Detect is that proximity sensor, which essentially determines if they're in and out of your ear. Then you've got a double tap function, which you can customize left or right. So you can see over here, I've got them as mainly playback control, so next or play pause. You can see over here, it's pretty limited, whilst its competitors will offer a little bit more. Other than that, there's no other functions through the app, so it's just worth bearing in mind. So overall, when it comes to the actual usability of the earphones, I have no complaints whatsoever. Now in terms of connectivity, these connect via Bluetooth. They support the SBC, which is the lowest quality, and the aptX codec, which is fantastic to see. I would have liked AAC codec included as well, simply for iOS users out there. iOS users will be kind of limited to the SBC codec in case their devices don't support aptX. So worth bearing that in mind if you're an iOS user. Now let's talk about the active noise cancellation. How good or bad is it? Well, to be quite honest, these are among a very few number of earphones out there which actually support active noise cancellation. The other ones, the ones that I've tested, are the Sony WF-1000XM3s. Now, in this respect, what I found is the Sonys are much better at cancelling out noise. They're far superior with their chip, the QN1E chip that's built in from Sony. They're very much similar to their over-the-ear headphones, which to me are classed as one of the best noise cancelling headphones in the market. So in this respect, the Sonys, in my opinion, were better at noise cancellation. But it's not to say these are bad. These are far superior than ones that don't have it. And the fact they do have it included is quite nice as well. You will get a decent amount of noise cancellation. I would say in comparison to the Sonys, you're looking at 70% to 75% of the way there versus the Sonys. Bearing in mind these are in-ears, which are very small, so passive noise isolation isn't going to be great, so worth bearing that in mind. These don't leak music, so I wouldn't worry about that either. You can crank them up pretty loud and not have to worry about people around you listening to you. Listen to your music. Now in terms of sound quality, this is where these things really excel. They've got a very tight bass response, which does extend into the lower sub bass. It's not as, it doesn't extend as well as the Sonys do, but nevertheless you do get a nice sort of bass response, and it's a lot more controlled than the Sonys. Then in terms of the mids, they're very much forward sounding. The vocals come out very well, specifically in the upper mids. The highs extend very well and roll off at the very top end, but they've got that really nice sparkle and keep you excited. The overall soundstage as well is very impressive. They're not as airy sounding as the Creatives or the Sennheisers, but they're, in my opinion, excellent when it comes to instrument separation, tonality, and the imaging that you get. So overall, what I would say about the Track Air Plus is the sound quality very much is exciting, specifically with that extra bass function, depending on the music you listen to. So overall, what do I think about these? Well, to be quite honest with you, I think these are the definition of true wireless earbuds. They encapsulate absolutely everything you'd want from a set of true wireless earbuds and have plenty of features, the right codec support, even a fantastic case, which is fit for purpose. So I can't stress it enough, these are fantastic earbuds and ones I would recommend. There we go guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. If you've enjoyed this review, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, favorite and share with your family and friends. Alright guys, Totally Dubbed out. Bye bye.